As you wander down the narrow streets of the Lower East Side, you get a real sense of the cramped and crowded atmosphere of old New York, the time of the original immigrants.
And although this part of town has recently become home of the hip, a piece of its history has been perfectly preserved in the Lower East Side Tenement Museum.
97 Orchard Street was constructed by a German tailor named Lucas Glockner, who went into the real estate business with two partners, and they built this one and then the tenement building next door and on the other side. And when it was constructed, there were no housing laws, but they built a building that was specifically made for more than one family. So it was better than some conditions in other buildings at the time, although it looks like a small sort of building.
Yeah.
There wasn't any indoor plumbing, there was no gas light or electricity or anything like that. So while primitive, it was often much better than conditions of other housing available for immigrant families at the time. At the turn of the century, by 1900, this was the most densely packed neighborhood in America, if not the world. It was more densely packed, more people per square foot than Calcutta, Bombay, any other place.
What was the name of the family who lived in this room?
The Levine family lived here, and they immigrated from what is now Poland in 1890, and they moved in here. And from that point on, there's paper trail after paper trail for them.
And how many generations of Levine were in here?
2 generations, Harris and Jenny, and then they had 5 children total, and they were all born here.
What were they making in this room?
They were making dresses.
Yeah.
This was a little sweatshop factory. They made dresses for sort of upper middle class women.
How many would live and work in this room?
Well, Harris and Jenny lived here with their children, all 5 of them over the years,
Yeah.
and they hired at least 3 people. A man who would press the cloth, a woman who would sort of baste the fabric together, and then another woman who would put finishing details like lace. They may have hired other people to also do those jobs in the busy periods.
So there'd be about 7, 8 people working
Yeah,
here.
exactly, at any given time depending on the work level.
A family like the Levine, what happened to them when they arrived here, they lived here, and then what happened?
Right. We know this family left in 1804, and they, records show that they went off to Brooklyn. Harris Levine opened up his own women's tailoring shop. So some of the family members still live out on Long Island. They're still in the area. Others are in Florida now. We sort of managed to trace them all the way up to contemporary times, which is pretty cool.
This is a very unique window into New York's history. As you step out of the building and back into the streets that surround it, you feel the people and the places of the city's past come alive more than ever before.